Whoever said the best things in life are free is a fool, because ribeye steaks and air conditioning are expensive. But sure, things that come free can be great, like the Vidos. Welcome to Russell Rice Reviews. Tonight we are reviewing the Vido Earbuds. So Vido is the manufacturer of the headphone. Do these have a name? No, they don't. They're just known as, well, Vidos or Vido Earbuds. I think that's crazy, but whatever. So I got these as a free item when I bought a replacement cable for my Shure SE215. So I went to this shop called Tune Out Audio. Well, right now they're known as Coast Audio, Coast with a K. Here's the cable. Okay, it looks nice, doesn't it? Alright, so it ends in this, well, sturdy looking, well, end there. Okay, so I was pleasantly surprised when they handed me these, you know, after they gave me the cable. So I expected them to sound stupid because they came free, you know. I expected them to sound fuzzy and unclear, but I expected them to sound anemic. But well, I was glad that I was wrong there. So when I tried them, oh yeah, but before we go there, let me just say that I don't like earbuds, right? Because, well, the lack of isolation is a deal breaker for me. I like, you know, being, well, in my own little world, you know. So sound isolation is pretty important. But I found myself using these buds more frequently than I use my IEM, and let me show you why. Okay, so putting on an IEM is a ritual. IEM, by the way, stands for in-ear monitor. Right? So here. So the cable I got from them has no guide wires, right? That go around your ear. So I have to hold it like this every time, right? So let me show you how I put on my IEM. So I have to press the yellow foam tips from Shure, and then hang it like that, and then do it for the other ear. So press it a bit so it will shrink. There. I don't know how many seconds that took, but yeah, there, as you can see, it takes time. So the thing about IEMs is, like 15 seconds after you put them on, somebody will come and talk to you, and because of that, well, you have to, you know, remove it, because since IEMs isolate noise very well, even if you pause the, well, music or whatever you're listening to, you will still it won't be enough. You will need to take off the IEM so you'd hear whatever your friend is saying, you know, some unfunny joke or whatever, right? So there. But with the Vido earbuds, I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. Done. If I need to remove it, done. If I need to put them back on, done. All right, takes less than a second, and it requires less effort. Okay, so that is why I use them more often now. All right, now going back to sound isolation. So these don't isolate sound on the bus. Okay, so no, this will not protect you from that guy reading the Bible. You know what I mean? You know, the people that get on the bus and read the Bible and then ask for your money afterwards. So yeah, those things, you will not be isolated from that. So using this on public transportation is not a great idea. Yeah, especially not on the train, which is a lot louder. Okay, so you won't hear your music on the train if you use this. So in a quieter environment, however, like an office, then sure, you know, these would work. So you're not completely cut off, so you'd still hear office gossip mixed in with your music there. All right, so ideal really for the office setup here. Okay, so let's talk about music. All right, so about the bass first. So these things by design, all right, do not have a lot of bass. Okay, so if you like thumping, rumbling bass, then don't get this. All right, so you will not be, well, satisfied with the bass here. There is bass, right, but it's not, it will not be enough for a bass head there. It's very subtle. The bass is very subtle. It's not in your face. It makes, because it's so light on the bass, it makes my other headphones sound bassy, sound a little dark there. Okay, so if you like bass, if you like lots of bass, then you know, maybe don't get this. If I have to, so for bass, I use the song, well, to test bass, I use the song Fragments of Time by Daft Punk, and I really have to listen hard to hear that delicious bass, you know, in that song. So there. For the mids sound great here. It's well, for mids you watch for guitars and vocals, right? So this is pretty good. They are, the vocals and the guitars are given equal emphasis. So I used Don't You Remember by Adele to test the mids, and the guitar fills sound so, I don't know, man, good. So good with Adele's voice, and they don't overpower each other. For comparison, when I listen to that song using the Shure SE215s, or as the wires are tangled now, but there. All right, my Shure SE215s, Adele's voice is more emphasized. You know, so Adele, guitar, all right. But for the Vidos, they're given equal emphasis. And for the treble, well, I think the treble's the reason why the Vido did not sound like a failure when I first listened to it. It has enough shimmer, you know, it has enough bite, so the music never sounds dull. So for the treble, I used Giorgio by Moroder by Daft Punk, and where's my timestamp? There in the 5:50 mark. There are hi-hats and cymbals everywhere, and the Vidos managed to keep up. For lesser headphones, during, you know, at that point in the song, everything just sounds fuzzy, you know, like imagine a cymbal with a piece of fabric over it. Yeah, that's how it sounds. But here it never sounds like that. It's pretty good. And I even increased the treble using the EQ to see if the Vidos could give me more, and yeah, they delivered. But yeah, I understand you don't EQ Daft Punk songs, right? So, but I just had to know there. Okay, separation could be better though. So in the same song, Giorgio by Moroder, at 8 minutes 5 seconds, there were so many things happening, and the Vidos kind of struggled to keep up, and they kind of failed there to present the music well. And same thing happened for when I listened to Country by Avenged Sevenfold. You know, during the intro when there's so many things happening and the Rev just punishing those drums. It sounded congested and jumbled, so there was just too many things happening, too much for little Vido here. So there, good mids and treble, but bass could be improved, I guess. So who should get the Vido? So, well, it's anybody who wants to get great sound for cheap. There, if you Google it, you will see sellers willing to give it to you for as low as 85 pesos. Crazy, right? I mean, the performance of these is as good as some of the headphones that can be that have 1,000 peso price tag, you know, in the electronics section of some malls, right? So it's insane for 85 pesos. You know, this is crazy. And you know, I got it for free, right? So it's just, you know, great value for money. However, 85 is that would be a rare Pokemon. So most of the time you'll see it in the 200 to 400 peso price range. So yeah, there, get that if you want to get great sound for, you know, small amount of money. Or if you like your mids and the treble, you know, in your music. So yeah, you should definitely get this. It works particularly well for acoustic music. If you can't tolerate the hassle of putting on IEMs, then yeah, sure, get these two. All right, so they're, you know, pretty convenient there. Okay, so those are the reasons to get the Vido. All right, it's cheap, it's tuned nicely, and it's convenient. But you should not get the Vido if you are a bass head. No, you simply will not be happy with this. Also, if you need noise isolation, don't get this. Get an IEM. And if you like to play overproduced music, you know, the kind of stuff that have, you know, 6 tracks playing at the same time, all right, that might be a little too much for the Vidos here, or any music that has so many things going on there. So the Vidos might not be able to keep up there. Okay, but again, I can forgive its flaws because they came free. I don't know how to end these things, so bye guys.